Ladies, gentlemen, comfort killers, I am Stacey A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Welcome to another beautiful Thursday afternoon at noon, and another episode of the Stacey A. Cross Show. In this episode, we're going to talk about unlearning instead of learning more piles of shit that's blocking you from your natural experimental experience in life for success. Want more, do more, believe more, get dirty. It's time for us to get dirty. So I got a few emails. I wanted to see if you guys were still alive. I wanted to see if, you would notice that I didn't produce a show last week. And every week on Wednesday, it's Don't Get Weak Wednesday. Hashtag Don't Get Weak Wednesday. I am on your favorite Alexa device. And I'm coming through with Lance Smith. And you got to go get that skill because it's the Patience and Hustle Daily skill. And on Wednesday, I come through and he kind of scours my podcast and gets all these nuggets. And he puts it at Don't Get Weak. He puts it on the Don't Get Weak Wednesday daily briefing. And guess what? Last week he had nothing to scuffle for. He had nothing to dig for. So he went back and digged again. I got an email, guys. I got some emails that says, Stace, what was your show last week? Stace, what happened to the Power Talk last week? Stace, what's going on? Are you okay? Stace, what's up? What's up? What's up? So I'm happy to know that you guys are still alive. I went ahead and deleted, I know the universe won't like this, but I went ahead and deleted about 400 people off my email list. And the reason I deleted that because they weren't alive. They were not alive. I plugged so many emails to this one portion of this one segment of my email list. And man, it was like poking dead bodies around. Listen, I don't want to be amongst dead people. So what I do is I eliminate and I eradicate and I move. But most importantly, I change myself. So last week, I didn't produce a show. I had a long week of interior design workshops, which I implemented on myself. So I was off of social media. Okay, I checked once or twice here, there. Holy smokes, it was like the hardest thing ever. I even got depressed a little. What the hell? I even got depressed a little because I didn't want to go online. I said, you know what? I can live without social media. And then I started wondering what's this one doing? What's that one doing? What's this doing? And then the trueness of it all came to me. Okay? It's like almost like I was forcing myself to become lazy. See, I'm at this point in my life where I know that I created discipline. I know that I worked out creating habits out of certain things. Very early on, like week 1, week 2 in your transformation or wherever, think back at that time. Or maybe you're on week 1 or week 2. So this is the hardest time for you. And then at week 1 or week 2, week month, it was hard because guess what? Your old habits were so powerful. They were overpowering you. I can't even remember the last time I took a vacation, right? So I created a habit that said work, keep producing, keep doing more, keep doing it. So I forced myself to not do shit and it hurt. It was the other way around at one point. At one point, I was forcing myself to do stuff, and that hurt. So, testing these things, when you start testing your habits and you start testing disciplines, you realize where you're more comfortable at, right? It's always about getting uncomfortable. So I always do things that kind of push me out of my comfort zone and let me take another step towards learning and discovering who I am. And that's what being uncomfortable is finding out who you are, because once you peel away those layers, you may not like the person that you are. You may not like the person that you are right now. You may, you peel back some other layer and you may be afraid of what you saw in the mirror or those thoughts that you're thinking or what's there. Those things are scary. And I realized, so I'm fighting now, forcing myself to be lazy. I'm not that lazy, so I'm getting depressed. So I'm getting anxious feelings of, wow, I got to keep doing something. And that's good to me. Because before, I'm telling you, it was the total opposite. Before, week one, week two, I was trying so hard to be productive and to do stuff and to get up early and to make things happen. And that was hard as hell. So it was easy for me to slip back. It's so hard for me to slip back. It's actually, it's just reversing the roles of your discipline. And I tried it out. And I don't recommend anyone try it out, because you'll start feeling like, what the hell is happening to your globe? But just know that I'm going to give you 3 things here in today's episode that it's like a lifetime of discovering, because if you give it enough time, these 3 things, if you're not 100%, and I've been at this bad boy for 2+ years, so I know it takes more. I know that it's going to require more of me. It's going to require more of you. It's going to require more teaching. It's going to require more learning. But ultimately, it's going to require more unlearning. Okay? Instead of learning more piles of shit blocking you from this natural experience of life, this natural success, this abundant life, this rich life. So yeah, it was hard. So the biggest habit that I changed was an addiction to gambling. Okay. The habit that forced me to face my demons, confront my own lies and insanity, and change my life. I don't know what habit you're dealing with. I could only imagine that it's habits that has been stopping you and blocking you from growing. And some people don't even know what these habits are. Well, if you just take a note and take stock of your daily life, what are you saying to yourself? What are you doing? Like, do you have any goal? I just found out that 95% of people who retire without goals. This a Yale study. This study was old though, because it's like probably in the 90s, and that doesn't mean anything, because I think that number probably either went up. I think probably 97% now. But that's not cool. You know what I mean? So we don't have goals. We don't have any intentions. We don't have any desires. And that's the most comfortablest, if that's a word, of them all. It's those that just walk around not knowing anything. Like, they don't want anything. They don't really feel anything. It's just like, whoa, bro, are you even alive? That's what you're going to say to these type of people. So today I wanted to give you guys 3 things that I believe in my life, and I tested this even last week, where I wasn't online, I wasn't on social media. I really, was focused. I did some stuff with my book, as you know, my book is coming out, How to Change Your Life Using Tools You Already Have. Just kind of light working things. I wanted to test this theory and see how far my discipline, how far my habits, and what do I say to myself? Like, what is this voice that comes to myself when I'm not on doing what I need to do? And that taught me that I am so advanced in this shit that I don't even know if I'm gonna ever get out. It's almost scary, man. Like, what kind of monster did I create of myself? So, so after dealing with gambling, as you know, throughout that experience, I realized that I can help people, because I overcame gambling without meds or therapy or going into that damn room and saying, hi, my name is, remember that song? I should plug in that Eminem track, because, man, I didn't want to do it. I did not want to sit amongst other people in a depressed setting. And I'm not saying it's depressed. I haven't been there, so I don't know. Probably very positive. People are positive in that room. I get it. But me personally, I did not want to be there. Hell no. Who am I? Bringing shame to my family. Bringing shame to myself. I didn't even want to stand in front of the mirror and tell myself, shit, you got a problem, Stace. You got to figure this one out. So I was very happy with being able to overcome that with pure personal power, pure determination, pure discipline, pure changing my habits, changing my cues, changing the routine. And I really worked on myself for that period of time. And it was successful. I haven't been back since to the casino. The next test for me, and I'm always testing myself. Damn, no one tests me. I expect so much from myself that I don't care what people expect from me. You know what I mean? Like you cannot you cannot apply pressure to me. It's already applied on myself, you know? So here we go. So the next test that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up inside Las Vegas casino. You know, I'm gonna go there with two pockets full of dough. Just wads of cash, and I'm gonna do it old school, like an old fool. I'm gonna wrap them bitches with rubber bands. Okay, wads of cash wrapped up in rubber bands, like my boy Wayne used to do. You know, and then he would ask me for freaking 85 cents. You know what, Wayne? If you're listening to this, I never understood that, and I wrote it in my book. You're such a killer. He had thousands of dollars in his pocket, and let's say we went to the store, and whatever it was cost $1.85. He would ask me for the 85 cents. I'm telling you, that's a goon. If I didn't know a goon, that's a goon. That's a dude that he don't want to break no dollars. So yeah, I'm gonna go in there, two fat wads in my pocket. I think you have four pockets, one on the left, one on the right, back pocket, butt pockets. I'm putting 4 wads of cash all inside there, wrapped up in rubber bands. And I'm going to freaking walk through the Las Vegas casino. And guess where I'm going to go? I'm going to go right to the room and speak. I'm going to go right to the conference room. I have to walk through the casino. I'm there. I'm going to go right through the conference room and I'm going to speak. That's the next test. And that's going to require some heavy action. So that's what we're doing in Philadelphia. We're applying heavy action for people, because what I've learned is that your own power within, living an uncomfortable life, getting uncomfortable, hating where you are. You don't like it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to be a slave to this feeling, to this thought. I don't want to be a slave to the job. I don't want to be a slave to this. I want control. I want freedom. I want to go out there and live my life. I want discipline. I want a healthy, vibrant life. And that's just what I said to myself. I have journals that proclaims this. Like I kept all my journals. When I die, do not bury those journals with me. Let them know I said that. When I die, I want those journals to be in a library, because that will be proof that what you say, what you write, what you believe, it can happen. It will happen. There's no other way but for it to happen. Okay? So that was a living proof that was someone that was in the dirt at the time, wanting change, wanting this difference, this enlightening, this something, awakening, whatever the fuck it was. I wanted it because I didn't want what I already had. I looked in the mirror. I didn't like who I saw. I didn't like who I was becoming, and I wanted to change that. And I realized that I had control to change that. So I learned that, and now I'm teaching that to other people, because I want you successful. I want millions of just highly successful people who you go into their place of enjoyment, their place of employment, their resource center, their businesses. You meet them in the street. Maybe you hold the door for them, and I'm telling you, they exude this vibrancy of love, happiness, and just total power. Like they don't have to blow the horn at me when I cut them off by accident in a lane driving down 76 on a Schuylkill Express. You know why? Because I know those people aren't comfort killers. The one that's honk, 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 honk. What the hell? Like, what are you honking at? What is going on in your head? Where are you going? Where do you need to be? And then guess what? We both go down and go stop in that big ass traffic down the street. Like, we're both there. Now we're next to each other looking stupid. Okay? So what I'm saying is that I want more of the comfort killers in existence, so we could all live together, so we could all breathe together. I know, man, you are on my level. I am on your level. It's a beautiful relationship. It's symbiotic, even in passing. And these are the people that's like smiling. They say hello. They look all happy. They look nice. You ever seen a soggy face? You ever seen a soggy face at a IHOP? Yeah, you go in there to eat. You're like, man, all I want is some eggs, right? I want some eggs. I am going to go out in the snow and I'm going to go get some eggs from IHOP. You walk in IHOP, the first thing you see is a soggy ass face. You get the hell out of there. See, the difference between me and probably a lot of people is I walk the hell out. I don't care how long I drove. I don't care how bad I wanted it. I am leaving. This place is not full of comfort killers. These people don't love their life. These people woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Half of them didn't even wake up on a bed. Okay? Because if they did, man, their faces would change. They would be delighted to see another human being. So that's why I'm saying you got to unlearn the things that you already have inside of you that's blocking your success. Throughout that experience of me overcoming addiction and just really changing the course of my life, I knew I could help people. I knew it. I was like, man, what am I going to do now? I knew I could help people. That's why I started the Comfort Killers and aimed it to cultivate success. Not only my success, the success of others, the success of my family, the success of my friends, the success about anyone I come in contact with. My mission is to help you transform your life. As you know, my mission in life is to teach millions how to get uncomfortable, to think better. You start with that think, man, then you're going to act better. You deal with that act, and then you're going to live better. And that's just it. Live as a comfort killer, seeing things from a different perspective, living without the security given by others, becoming self-reliant, learning, loving, being rich instantly, changing your mindset. You know that I'm going to implore you to read the essay by Ralph Waldo Emerson on self-reliance. I think that should be your daily reading for today. My daily reading, though, man, I just ordered a shitload of books. Amazon probably is like, man, please give her anything she wants. She's been ordering books since freaking 4 years now. And no, not 4 years. I'll tell you what, like 5 years ago, I just found a batch of CDs, my old CDs. I'm telling you, this thing it's not for fake, man. It's not for fake, dog. Okay? 5 years ago, I had audiobooks all on CDs. I just found my batch of CDs, and I was actually, during my week of quote unquote outside of life, I was listening to my CDs. And I came across audiobook Success Principles, Jack Canfield, audiobook Confucius and Sayings. Don't know what the hell I was on there, but I was listening to some Confucius. And there's tons of them. I have about 6 of them that I would just keep in my car, and actually one says on it Audi University. You know, when I had my Audi, I named the damn CD Audi University. That was my where I learned. That was where I changed my habits in my cars, and during my commute is where I gained information that will help me grow. You know, so I've seen these CDs. So now I buy these books, and I like smelling them. This is a fresh one. I'm only on page 29 of this one. And when I buy books, people always say, how do you eat a book? Well, I did a podcast to share with you how to eat books. And that, it will help you out because there's ways to read books. Okay? There's ways to read books. So if you really want to learn how to eat books, I'm telling you right now, go check out that podcast. I think it was podcast 1. And if you don't know how to get me, go to stacyacross.com and you can just scroll down all my podcasts there. But let me take a second to say that you will help me grow this podcast out of proportion, give it to the world, get more comfort killers out there in line and in formation, doing what's necessary, innovating and creating and documenting, doing all the great things to help people, help move this society, help move this generation up. I love the new generation. I believe in the new generation, okay? I'm one that believes in it. And so what you could do is share this podcast out, this specific podcast out to your friends, your family, your loved ones, in your network, on social media. Yes, I'm there. On social media. And you could do me a solid and lead me on Instagram and Twitter at Stacey A. Cross. All you have to do is lead me there at Stacey A. Cross, and I'll just probably hit you right back like, thank you. Let's go. Let's move forward. And we could do it like that. So go ahead and share this out to your network. If you're listening right now, pause this, share it out, do that solid, because this will help my mission expand. It'll help the consciousness of the world shift. It's bigger than both you and I. You don't understand it right now. It's okay. That's fine. Just share it out and you will get this. You will do your part pretty much. That's it. So we are living with false fears, false monsters in our head and under my bed. You know what? I was scared of a monster in the closet at one point, man. I was scared. Like I was scared. So it was false. It was made up. It was in my head. All right. It starts off with saying we cannot do it. We can't start a business. We can't own property. We can't buy that car, shop in the store, get that girl, get that guy, live that way, experience that thing, love that heart, get that happy. This is a rap song. Let's do it. Let's do it again. It's a rap song. I created a rap song on the spot. Let's do it. Why? Because we say we cannot do it. Can't start that business. We can't own a property. Can't buy that car. Can't shop in that store. Can't get that far. Get in the girl or get in the guy. Living that way. Experience that thing. Love that hard. Get that happy. You should have stopped me. Someone should have stopped me already, but I kept it moving. But we can't. You say it. You want to know why? You want to know why you can't get all of that stuff? You want to know why you can't buy that car, can't shop in that store, can't get that girl, can't get that, live that way, experience that thing, love that hard? You know why? Because you can't. If you believe you can't, then you can't. One of my favorite quotes, if you think you can or you can't, you're right, by Henry Ford. One of my favorite quotes, if you think you can or you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Henry Ford developed the assembly line mode of production still used today in fast food joints, okay, factories or anywhere that uses mass production. You know him. If you don't, then you know the Ford car, right? You know of him because you know that Ford is still around. There's a famous story I heard first reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Man, I just mentioned that book earlier, and here it comes, like full circle. I got to reread that thing. It was about Henry Ford versus the Chicago Tribune. Here's a summary of that story from a blog, $500 Millionaire. During the World War, a Chicago newspaper ran an article questioning Henry Ford's intelligence because he was not formally educated. One of the biggest flaws in today's education system is the way they teach students how to organize and use knowledge after they acquire it. If you have read in the past blogs, you will know that knowledge is nothing of value unless you take the correct action to produce results. And you learn by just listening to these podcasts, right? When the Chicago paper printed that Ford was an ignorant pacifist, Ford brought a lawsuit against the paper. During the proceedings, the paper was so confident in their statement that they brought Ford to the witness stand. They started to ask Ford many questions on history and philosophy. After questions became a bit too much, Ford finally replies to an offensive question by saying, "If I should really want to answer the foolish question you have asked, or any of the other questions you have been asking me, let me remind you that I have a row of electric push buttons on my desk, and by pushing the right button, I can summon to my aid men who can answer any question I desire concerning the business to which I am devoting most of my efforts. Now, will you kindly tell me why I should clutter up my mind with general knowledge for the purpose of being able to answer questions when I have men around me who can supply any knowledge I require?" Damn! Yo, when I heard that in Think and Grow Rich, I knew it was going to come. It was only a matter of time when this thing came right back. Ford shut the whole damn place down. So my question to you is, why are you filling your own mentals, brains with information you do not need? It doesn't require. No one's asking. And you're still filling yourself with foolish shit that don't mean nothing. Why? See, there's two things. We could get educated, right? We could get educated, but I'm going to tell you three things right now, right here, today, that doesn't require education, it's not holding you back. Education is another myth that you need, because I pulled a list of billionaires in 2016. I pulled a list of billionaires, and I researched these guys and gals, and I'm telling you, over 80% of them didn't even freaking go to college. But guess what? They hire your PhDs, your BAs, your MBAs, your masters, your know-it-alls, because hey, you want to keep that knowledge. Hey, I'll hire you. You keep that knowledge. I press a button. You give me that knowledge, and you make it right. Okay? And you're on payroll, and I am the one that's running this shit. What Ford said to me was deeper than just not trying to answer the question. It's a lawyer questioning him. A lawyer, 6 years of education, 6 years of debt, 6 years of, well, I'm a lawyer, Mom, look at me, I know you're proud. 6 years. Not to take anything away from my lawyers, from my doctors, from those that spent their entire 20s and early 30s in school. I appreciate that. I say, man, you're a specialist. That's why you're paid more. I was just saying, I went to a doctor's office yesterday, an eye doctor, and I didn't even see a piece of paper that said that this person that was checking my eye was a doctor. But yet, I opened my wallet and gave a copay, and they're going to smash my insurance company, and they're going to take what they need, and I'm going to get a fresh pair of Ray-Bans, black on black, come Wednesday. I didn't question it. Why don't we question it? Because we've been traditioned, we've been conventional, wisdomed, to know that if one person says their name begins with a DR, ends with a MD, you just have to give them the respect, listen up, and take heed in what they say, and pay. Why don't you treat yourself like you put yourself through 12 years of this transformational change, this growth, this expertise in life, this expertise of knowing that you belong, this expertise of knowing that you are already an expert, this expertise that knowing that you're confident, that you're moving forth in confidence, knowing, or maybe you don't know. Because there was no question about it that I was going to hand over money yesterday. I went there with the intention to hand out money. But when we turn around our lives, you need proof. Someone's asking you for proof. That's what they're doing to Ford. Man, this guy is making all these cars, making all this money. He ain't even finished freaking high school. Who gives him the right to make all this money? I'm going to test him on intelligence. But intelligence don't mean shit. Intelligence don't mean, that's the intellect. Here's the 3 things that you need to unlearn in, okay? And then we got to get the hell out of here because it's Thursday, the sun is shining, and there's a lot of things I need to do because it's not like last week when I said, yeah. Okay? And if you have any questions or suggestions, Email me, Stacy@thecomfortkillers.com, Stacy@thecomfortkillers.com. Email us. We would love to bring your question to the next podcast, and we'll love to bring everything out in the front so you could so we could examine it, right? All right, so here are the three things. First one, these are three things that are holding you back right now. First one, we say it all the time, fear. It's a big one. We can't even understand why it's so big, but it's there. It's fear. Number two, your ego. And number three, your beliefs. And we got to change that. And if I had to pick 1, 2, 3, like which one would I do first? It doesn't even matter, man. Just attack all of them, because we cannot change anything unless we handle these misconceptions and falsehoods in our life. Like, we can look at the deeper three of it. Fear. Fear has you stuck. Fear has you not taking action. Fear has you afraid even of yourself, who you will become. Fear has you stagnant. Fear has you comfortable. Fear has you poor. Your ego wants you to live a beautiful life that you set up for yourself, but with no change, but with no pain. The ego is a huge, huge contradiction. You want to be warm, snuggly, and comfortable, and guess what? It's cold outside. Your bed sucks. So there's always a contradiction with the ego. And then here comes this, you're sad, your expectations weren't met, you're unhappy, you want to quit. That's your ego. Go back, little child. You stay comfortable. I will protect you. That's what your ego says. I will protect you. Because we already set ourselves up to be protected, because we set ourselves up for comfort. We set ourselves up not to gain anything that requires energy and effort. Anything. That's what I want to say. Anything. Energy and effort. No. You sit in the corner. We're okay. We're okay. Piles of debt. We're not moving forward. There's no goals here. We're okay. We're doing well, because look at Joe and Billy. They're doing worse than us, so we're doing okay. And then you're setting your standards up with losers. So you see a bum on the street, you see a homeless person on the street. At least I'm not a homeless person. So you're comparing yourself to someone or something or somewhere that is extremely lower than where you are right now, to make yourself feel good about where you are so you can remain comfortable. And your beliefs, sometimes these beliefs are not your fault. It's been taught to you. It's been, sent at you. It's been subconsciously given to you. It's been programmed within you. It's been brought to you. It's been handed. It's been force-fed. It's been raise your hand. It's been given. It's been gifted. You have it. These beliefs. And you only could see it like once you step outside of the veil and you start seeing how people are talking. You start seeing what they're doing or what they're talking about and where their goals are and all this. You start saying, man, shit. You feel sad for them. Because if they only knew about another side, if they only knew that all they had to do was unlearn that crap and start fresh and put in them what they would like to see and start becoming the person they want to be. Henry Ford, and think of it, anyone here, you, me, if you were being questioned on intelligence, oh man, you would feel like a shithole not knowing those questions, wouldn't you? If someone was questioning you on your intelligence, on your intellect, tradition says for you to feel bad. You don't know something, Oh, that means you're stupid. What did you learn? How could you not know this? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? I don't fuck. I know there's a lot of there's a lot of names on that thing. Leo Tolstoy, Jefferson, Franklin. I'm gonna just throw anyone out there. What year was it written? What year was the flag? What year was my ass? So here's the thing. Don't feel bad. Because Henry Ford mentioned, he has a button that he could push and men appear that answers question knowledge to what he is devoted to or what he's putting his effort in. If you really want to know, where's your button? Fucking Google, man. I don't need to keep all this stuff in my head. Where am I going to go on the biggest challenge spelling bee ever? Like, I'm going to walk outside and it's a world stage of the intellect gathering. No. I put in my head what I care about. I put in my head what I need to know, what suits me, what I'm devoted to, what my passions are. Those are things that I like to know and keep knowing. First, I have to unlearn. I have to unlearn because my brain is so foggy with other stuff that people has put in there that told me it was important, and really it don't mean nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. I am Stacey A. Cross. There is no E in my name. Again, share this out to your network. You're doing more value to this world than you would think that you're doing right now. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than hip hop. And I'm telling you, people need this to hear it. People need to see it. People need to feel it. So share this out. It will touch the right people at the right time. Whenever you are listening, it is always the right time. If you found value in this, I would love to hear it. Reach out to me at Stacey A. Cross, or really across all the socials, online, offline, whatever, at Stacey A. Cross, and pick up my book. Go pre-order your copy, signed copy, and grab the audio book while you're at it. It comes as a package. Go to thecomfortkillerbook.com, thecomfortkillerbook.com, thecomfortkillerbook.com. How to change your life using tools you already have. You already have these tools. I'm just showing you to activate them. Okay, these are the same tools I use to change my life, to continually change my life, build more discipline, build more awareness, heighten my consciousness, move to levels beyond where I am at so I could teach you how to do the same thing. I am Stacey A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Until next time.